Hey, shalom, 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 makam, which is peace unto you all. Hi, Rob Tawab La Atham Za'akyakam Yawan Manarachagadon Charlotte, which is good evening. This is your brother Yawan from the GMS camp in Charlotte. Nachamatam Kaya. Hamalakwat Hashamayim Kwara, repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Laim La, La Abanawa Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rocha Hakwadash, Wamashanala Zakwanim Na Wamalatim Shor Rochagadon, which is all praises to our Father Yahweh, which means he exists. Bahasham, in the name Yahweh Shai, he delivers in double honor to those and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, so just watching the brother up in Canada, and pretty much he was going into the stoic challenge, which I read it off. It says, make your bed, take a colder shower. It says optional, which each of these has different benefits. It says read for 30 minutes /30 or 4 chapters, stretch for 20 minutes, which when you ultimately go into stretching, it has different benefits. Essentially it loosens you up, but then also you feel lighter, and ultimately when you feel lighter, it's better for your spirit. It's a lot for the noise. All right, but it says get some business done. All right, eat mostly greens and fruits, 90%. So mostly fruits and vegetables. It says study for 30 minutes, make juices, green smoothies. And it says other guidelines: clean home once a week, clean car once a week, grocery shop once a week, oil change, trim hair, car wash, which I believe some of them, essentially said to modify it, to your life, but just doing, things like this, essentially keeps our mind sharp, and also it's being done for 30 days. And when you go into a month, Baha Barya, or Baha Barya in Hebrew, all right, a month is Chadash, which means to be new or to repair. I may actually get that and get some precepts. Adawan Ratazah, Zabanayapa, Baharocha, which is, Lord's will, this is a beautiful edification through the Spirit. All right, so it says Chadash. The first letter is Cha, and it says Chath, which is a wall or division, or which goes into wall or division. All right, the Da is Dalat, which is in and out, in or out. And it says Shah, which is Shan, which is your teeth. All right, your teeth are sharp. So it says when you actually break it down, it says division, which is that Cha. It says by a group coming in and the former going out, which is the door. All right, in and out, in or out. It says to sharpen and make new, which is the teeth, because your teeth are sharp. And also you get a new set of teeth. So when you put this word together, it would be division by a group coming in and the former going out to sharpen and make new. So in the spirit, by doing something for a month, all right, ultimately it will put us into a habit, all right, by developing those new habits, by developing, new habits, all right, replacing the old habits, all right, and essentially it'll put you in that mindset of, all right, continuing to do it, to be repaired in the spirit, So I wanted to get some precepts just going into this. This is Bon Sirach, chapter 30. And verse 15, and it says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. So, having a good estate of body, the mind, all right, having your body in good shape, all right, essentially that's better than having, substance, which would be that gold. And it says, and a strong body above infinite wealth, because you got guys like, I believe, what's his name? Stephen Hawkins, I believe, the dude in the wheelchair, he had all that money, but, he couldn't essentially, walk, So going down to verse 17, or I'm going to go down to verse, I'll skip to verse 17 and go back. It says, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. So he had a bitter life, man, neck all fucked up, in the wheelchair. He can't really, take in life, He couldn't, he wasn't ambulatory, which goes into walking, and he wasn't able to move as a I guess, normal person, so to speak, But continuing on, I'm going to go back to verse 16. It says, there is no riches above a sound body and no joy above the joy of the heart. Which the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, give me all things but the plague of the heart. Because ultimately you want to have a good heart, because the scriptures say right here, Proverbs 4:23, it says, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. You see, so in this challenge, all right, and many various ones as such, it's being done for a month. Chadash, or Chadash is a month. All right, it goes into being repaired, to be renewed. All right, to be new. All right, Chadash means new. All right, so it can give us the benefits, Lord's will, all right, of having a refreshed mind. All right, by essentially putting us in a good routine. Routines are good. All right. And that's one way that we can keep our heart with diligence. All right. Because when you go into diligence, all right, this word is going to go into mashamar, and it says observance, watch, observances. All right. It says salak. It says custody or guard. All right. So essentially guarding or watching, what we do, all right, which essentially goes into the diligence, you see, but then also checking something off of your list, all right, watching if you're doing this or doing that, which the scriptures say, he that despiseth his ways shall die, roughly paraphrasing. So when you go into despising, all right, you're not watching, but if you're watching your ways, essentially that's going to go into the diligence, all right, and that's one way, again, that, we keep our heart, all right. So, let me see. I also wanted to get this as well. This is Bon Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 25. And it says, a cheerful and good heart will have a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. You see, so having a good diet is going to give you that good heart. All right. And it's going to allow you to be cheerful as well. All right. Because if you eat, eating heavy, all right, scriptures go into how essentially, it gives you, you feel all groggy and stuff like that. When you're ultimately on your routine, when you have a good diet, essentially you feel good, and you can be productive in the spirit, which you do actually feel the benefit, and if you fall off from that specific routine, so that's why it's good for us to be in, or to stay in that routine, to keep that diligence. All right, so I'm gonna get a couple more. This is Bon Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 27. And it says, my son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. You see, so it's also a way to prove our soul. You see, by seeing what works for us and what doesn't. Trying specific things out in a routine, or to find what works for you and what doesn't work. All right. I'm going to get verse 30. It says, this one that I pretty much mentioned previously, but it says, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. You see, so it's not a good thing to excessively eat in America, it's not a good thing to excessively eat, you see, which in America, they essentially teach eat until you're full. That's why they have all these buffets, and essentially, that pushes forth a lifestyle of overindulgence. You see, so we should eat until we're satiated, not until we're oversatiated. All right. Verse 29 goes into that. It says, be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. You see, so we want to be satiable, which when you go into satiable, it goes back to the SA, that goes back into actually goes into shabai, which means to be complete. 7 goes into completion. You see, which this word derives from shabai, which is completion. So you want to eat until you're complete, not until you're over complete, where you're eating abundance. All right. So I'm gonna get this word, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. But this is the word for or the two letters racha or rach, and it says, the responsibilities of the nomad outside of the tent include feeding, watering, and caring for the livestock. Livestock are healthier and more productive when on a routine. Therefore, the man follows that routine or prescribed path each day when caring for his livestock. It says the pictograph is a picture of the head of a man. The cha is a picture of a wall that separates the inside from the outside. Combine these mean man outside. All right, which essentially this goes into head of man connects us to boundaries. All right, because the ra would be the head of man. The chag is a boundary, so the head of man connects us to boundaries. You see, because being that we're those sheep. or essentially we operate better on a routine. You see, so trying little challenges and stuff like this essentially helps us to be more productive in the spirit, all right, and it helps us our spirit to be healthy as well. You see, so Adawan Tazaza Banaya Palo as well. That was a beautiful edification through the spirit. While Adawan Taza Adam Yashlai Latawabe, Lord as well. You all have a good night. Watch Shalom Lakan, which is peace into you all. A Shalom, Shalom.